Kettlebell windmill has a couple different variations that we want to work through. Primary is that you want to set yourself about a squat width, pivot both feet to one direction about 45 degrees. From here, the focus is both the hinge and rotation. So one basic is to start in the vertical position with the bell. This hand's going to reach down. My hip is going to hinge back. I drop back. I want to keep this line straight, so I don't want to bend or extend too much through the spine. Stable, hinge, reach. A lot of people won't have the hamstring flexibility for this. So you can soften the knees and sink into a little bit more squatted position. Again, still hinging back at the hips. I prefer that method because it tends to get a little bit of glute load as well. You can make this a windmill press. A windmill press is starting from the rack, dropping down and into the reach. At the bottom of all of these, the shoulder blades are squeezed back in. So we've got a straight leg option, soft through the knees, and then the press. Half kneel, side press is a little bit lower level version of our windmill. It takes some of the restriction of hip and leg out. On this, we're going to load the front leg. As I'm here, I get my brace. I'm going to side bend, kicking the hips out to reach for the floor. As I reach for the floor, I'm going to press this to the sky. Stable there, tight, shoulders come back, much like our half press or our half get up. Controlled back into that half kneel position. Press reach. Bringing back. Our Cossack squat is a long side lunge working on long adductor, short adductor, range of motion, and strength. So I want to set myself into a fairly wide stance, whatever my range of motion is. My goal is to get my hip to my heel with this foot flat. So as I drop over, I start to sit. Now if I'm really restricted, this might be all I have. As I get deeper through there, I let this foot walk up, and this is planted with the knee over the toes or open. Then press straight through the floor, bring myself back up, drop to my other side. I can do this from a TRX if part of it is motor control and strength, controlling my weight through my hands, giving me more freedom to test my range of motion. Band pull-aparts is great for scapular activation, bench press prep, anything where you're going to end up working to shorten here, you want to re-lengthen. Two directions that I like to use it is a palm down and a palm up. Palm up gives us external rotation to the shoulder, which is where most people are weak, external rotation and extension. I'm not trying to pull it back as much as apart. Reaching out, letting the shoulder blades come together. I want to keep those elbows pointed up to the sky. I want to avoid letting the band take my traps up high. Traps are down, shoulder blades coming back. Same thing, palm down. I don't want the shoulders to roll forward if I'm missing internal rotation. And keep the shoulders down and back and pull straight up. All right. We have a half kneel, step back lunge, or half rack, excuse me. Half rack, step back lunge. Racked, you have the option to be racked on both sides. It changes the load. I prefer to rack it on the back leg side. Step back into a split squat stance, drop it down, bring it back in. It's a little more dynamic than our split squat. Our half rack band twist, half kneel, band twist is you want to set, this is a tad high, but you want to set it about shoulder height. You can either load it off a handle or you can get set almost like a bar chop. Again, I can option to have the inside or outside leg up. I like to rotate into the high leg. So I'm going to go outside knee up, hips are fixed, torso rotates. I don't want to let my hips lose stability. Everything's set, half kneel, band rotation. My half rack side lunge is working myself into a half rack Cossack squat. So I'm going to start wide, and my basic range is just find as much as I can control. So if I'm loaded, I like to load and travel the opposite direction. So if I'm loaded right, I want to travel to my left leg. I'm going to lunge and come back out. Knee drives over the toes, hip comes out. I don't want to fall way forward. Here I can challenge as much range as I have. With control. If my heel's coming up, I have to stop before I hit that point. Kettlebell halo, shoulder range of motion, articulation, and also allowing us to have shoulder strength, biceps active, triceps active. I'm going to take this from about the chest position. I'm going to start to reach. Elbow goes high, bell flips to a bottom up, continues around into that full circle. Traveling. I don't want is to have to go to this position. Abs are engaged, shoulders are extended, coming around. Our windshield wiper core is rotational from the lower half. So if I set myself, 90-90 with the legs is the regressed version. Straight legs would be the advanced version. Arms go straight to the side, head drawn to the floor. I want to keep this knee angle dropping my legs as far as I can, but if the shoulder comes up, that's as far as I can control it. Coming down, control, set, change of direction. To advance this, I just make a longer lever. Legs are up. Again, keeping that 90-degree angle at the hip and drawing myself back. All right, our band jump pull is to set myself with a little bit of tension on my resistance band. I drop into a push press or a moderate squat. I'm going to jump up. As I travel up, I want to pull fast. So I'm here, boom. A little further. I want this to be quick, dynamic hip extension and retraction. My band hop press, this one will travel with the hands. So as I set myself, I'm going to hop forward and press the arms through extension. Abs stay engaged. If you lose the middle, the band will control you.